Hello everybody. I know it's been a very long time since I've made a how-to video. It's just over a year, and I really apologize for that. But a lot of things have been going on, a lot of things have been happening for the better. One of the things, just kind of this is more of an update video on where we're at, where we're going, and the focus I have for the channel so far. Um, Things started getting really expensive here, and there wasn't a whole lot of money to go around as far as extra things like radio control airplane stuff, and that's what our channel is based about. So what I did, I created a company that assists in smoke system development called Smokenoki, and that took off like none other. The money's coming in. It's great, but the problem is when one man is a sole proprietorship, it's a lot of work, and I don't mind the work at all. It's something I love doing. It's machine work, helping people troubleshoot their smoke system issues and watching them be successful in their goals. We've developed a lot of different technologies for smoke systems, anywhere from piston engines, not ducted fans, turboprops, and turbine engines. And we've came a long way. We've done a lot of good for the industry in the smoke system business, pairing everything up with Holy Smokes and working with Aerocumulus. Things have, you're not going to find anything out there with the three. Actually, there's four things that come together to build the perfect smoke system. Get Don Hockle Design tanks from Fortitude RC. Get your Holy Smokes pump from HolySmokes.com. Get your Smokenoki fluid injectors. All these things together, and of course Aerocumulus smoke oil. I tried developing my own smoke oil, and I could get close, but I couldn't make the quality that he does for the price he does. So we, instead of fighting, we joined partnerships, and we made a hell of a deal. In all that, I got really, really busy and just flat didn't have time. I was either working at work or working at home at work, and I just really didn't have a whole lot of time. And plus, another thing that I had to deal with, or I still have to deal with, is I don't have any more room for airplanes, any more projects to buy and build and show you how to. So in light of that, it's hard to do this based on my location. If somebody is willing to learn something, send it to me. I'll do the work for free. You buy the materials, and I send it back to you, or we meet up somewhere, or whatever. I'd be more than happy to do that to you. My labor, no charge. I just get to make a video out of it. I'm willing to do that. I just can't keep the project here because I'm really out of space, and I need to make room for what's coming up next year. And that's really why I wanted to make this video, is to touch on something. In my adventures, I don't work for the drill bit company anymore. You know, I've been there forever. Inflation hit, and they were not willing to increase wages to justify working there anymore. And really, bottom line, what it come down to is I couldn't afford to work for them anymore. There was, with the inflation and cost of fuel and cost of groceries and cost of living, it was a 45% increase, and the most they were willing to do as far as wages was a 3% across the board for everybody. And I was going to lose everything. So I changed jobs. I now work for a company that's out of town. I work out of town. I'm actually on site because it is a company requirement due to the type of work we do, 4 days a week. And I love it. The pay is almost triple what I was making. The benefits are better. The only downfall is it requires me to be gone 4 days a week. No big deal. It still opens up 3 days to do here what I want to do, which we're right now in the middle of softball season, so that'll free up in about 3 weeks. So I'll have my weekends back. Okay, so the town I live in is just north of here by about an hour, and they just recently had a jet meet up there. It was actually Glacier RC's first jet meet, and I went to that. I got a furlough to leave the premises, and went up there, and I had a great time. I actually got to meet somebody I watch on YouTube. Is Jonathan from the lighter side of RC. He's a Canadian that does turbine engines, jets, and all that good stuff. He actually builds that stuff for people. He came, and I'll tell you what, the Glacier RCers, their field is like top notch. Asphalt runway, super great people. Josh and Addison Clark, that's three. That's dad, son, and grandson. They all fly turbines. Jonathan from lighter side of RC was there. He was super nice guy. Answered any question I had. Even got to do a little buddy box time on a turbine. And I'm in love. I've got to do this. So, since money's better, weekends are kind of freeing up a little bit now. I have no excuse but to invest in turbines and get a couple models to build, and that's what we're going to do. It's not changing the focus of this channel. It's just touching in somewhere that we have never gone here. Now, right away, if you want to know anything there is to know about turbines, I highly recommend going and seeing my friend Jonathan's channel, the lighter side of RC. There's nothing that he hasn't touched as far as turbines. I'm just offering to do this as a learning experience so we can all learn this together and do this together. I'll figure some stuff out and pass along the knowledge. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be an interesting journey. All my flying is done in Kalispell now. Just that's where a lot of my time is spent. That's where my off hours are. My home field, I've been to it once, didn't even fly there. Took my son out there to do some flying on his extra just for some father-son time, and that was it. The rest of the time I'm up north. So just wanted to touch bases with everybody. I know we haven't gone stagnant per se, but I just kind of ran out of room to store stuff, and I have a hard time selling things that I've built because I kind of like having them around, and always tuning on stuff. So that's just kind of an update. It's going to be about 6 more months before we release an actual how-to video on something, but RC turbines, research it. Yeah, it's a little more money, but it's someplace we haven't gone. I'm highly interested in, and I actually have a venue now to seek this out, and I'm looking forward to get our first project on the bench. We're actually going to go with the Bob Violet Models HDS F-16. It's, if I remember right, the fuselage length 72 inches, wingspan 51 inches, and we're going to go with a Swiwin 80 turbine engine because they have the least amount of time in throttle response. One thing about turbines a lot of people don't realize is your throttle response time. You got to think currently about 7 seconds ahead of the airplane. I'm going to need my power at this point. My airplane's coming this way. It takes 7 seconds from the time you pin the throttle. The time has gotten better than that, but I'm just using that number as a reference. From the time you pin the throttle to the time you actually get full power, it's about 7 seconds. That's with like King Tech. I think they got it narrowed down to like 6 or so seconds with the King Tech. But the Swiwin, they claim 4 seconds, but I've seen proof in person. Those Swiwin turbines. I met up with Roman from Bad Boys RC. That's all jet stuff. Really a neat guy. He claimed, and I saw in person, he says, we say 4 seconds because we're comfortable with that, but watch this. Changed a couple of the parameters in the computer, went from idle to full throttle, and it actually hit full throttle in under 3 seconds. So that's better. It's a closer throttle response. So that's what makes flying turbines tricky. You got to allow time for your throttle response. It's not instant. So they're getting better at that, and Swiwin, that's why I'm going to go that way. So just to kind of give you an idea what kind of budget we're talking about for this first build, it's the BVM Bob Violet Models HDS F-16. The airframe, if I remember right, is $1,500, and the Swiwin 80 is $1,700. Now, I chose the $1,700 option because it comes with everything you need. Your setup computer, all your lines, your filters, and all the little accessory stuff that you're going to need when building a turbine that you should need with your engine. Filters, all kinds of stuff. Now, it's not going to come with any tanks. A couple of the tanks that you're going to need are actually going to come with the model because you have to have your main fuel tank, a header tank, and then you also have to have a burp tank, which keeps air out of the fuel line. And we'll learn all that stuff. I learned a lot over the last 5 weeks up north. When it comes to actually putting a turbine on the bench over here and start assembling. We're going to go into, there's a lot of details, a lot of wrenching, a lot of turning, a lot of parts involved, unlike building a stick kit like what we normally do on the channel. So I'm stoked about this. Enjoy the update, and it is the 4th of July here, so I think we're going to change gears from Pepsi to something cold and fizzy to drink and have a little bit of fun before I have to go back up north and go to work. Oh, just in case you're curious, work. What's changed about my work situation? I can't really, the non-disclosure I had to sign and the training I had to go to was insane. But what I can say, I'm still doing machine work. We're machining rocket engine parts. Okay, that's all I can say. But it's for 3 different privateer businesses that are essentially in a pissing match with each other to who can provide the best space lift vehicle and who can transport people to space. Whatever, it's fine. I have the ability to do the work. They was happy to have me, and I was happy to go to work for them. So that's how that happened. Anyway, another conversation for another time. Thank you guys for watching, and hopefully we'll get our first turbine video cranked out in about 6 months or so. Okay. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking by my side. And if you have any questions or are curious about having me do something for you, hit me up in the comments, and we'll go from there. All right. Thank you.